Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, the premier source for Second Amendment news. Yesterday something happened at the Pennsylvania Supreme Court that will send ripples throughout the gun control movement. Sit by and watch this episode to learn more. Hey guys and gals, thanks for your time. I really appreciate you all watching. If you're into Second Amendment news, hit that subscribe button down below. Toggle that bell icon on and set it to all notifications, and the hope is that YouTube will tell you when I put out new material. And check back just about every day, because that's when I put some stuff out. Try to put out a video a day. So let's go with what happened in the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. There's been a lawsuit that's been going on for 5+, almost 6 years, if I'm correct off the top of my head. And it had to do with the capital of Harrisburg. So Pennsylvania is one of those states that has a firearms preemption law. For those who don't know what that is, it is a law that says the state shall issue blanket laws that will cover every municipality when it comes to firearms and ammunition. It also prohibits localities, the towns, counties, cities, etc., from passing a more restrictive ordinance or law that would be in violation of what the state has already set. That's what firearms preemption laws do. Well, the city of Harrisburg, a couple of years ago, flipped their nose at that, and they set their own gun control laws. And why is this decision going to be important when I tell you what the Supreme Court for the state said? Because this is what the gun controllers do. They pander to the people with the big pockets. They run for office. They get money thrown at them from here, there, and everywhere, from a Bloomberg to a Soros and everybody in between. And then they have to follow through with their promises or the demands that they were told by the people who were giving them the money, right? We want red flag laws. We want magazine restrictions. We're preaching to the choir here. We know this stuff. So what they do is they'll make a law and they'll get it passed, especially if it's in a state that is very liberal. And then it's like, you know what? You don't like the law? Then fight it in court. And until then, people can be charged with those violations of the Constitution, right? And another way that that's worked is people always say, well, how come people aren't suing to stop anti-gun law, insert whatever it is one, put a name on it, whatever, red flag, bump stock. Because you have to have standing in a lawsuit. And all the way through the appellate system in Pennsylvania, the petitioners were told that they didn't have standing because nobody that was named in the lawsuit had been arrested or charged with any of these laws that Harrisburg had put on the books. Specifically, what did Harrisburg put on the books? I always screw them up. So it was criminal penalties for discharging a firearm outside of a gun range. Okay, so if you shot out in the woods, and I don't know if there are many woods in Harrisburg, the last time I went there, but if you shot a gun and you weren't at a range, you could be criminally charged. Possessing guns in parks, that public area, failing to report a lost or stolen gun within 2 days, this was a big one, and having an accompanied child or children having a firearm outside of their home. And the big issue was the firearm lost or stolen within 2 days, because who determines when that period starts, right? So you have somebody who was a victim of a crime, a firearm was stolen from them, and if they didn't tell the police within 2 days, then they could be criminally charged. So they would be criminally charged because somebody stole something and they might not have known about it. So that was one of the things, or those were the laws that were being challenged. And the state Supreme Court yesterday, in a 5-4 decision, said that people do not have to have a legal standing to sue for violations of constitutional rights. In other words, you don't have to violate these new laws and be charged, arrested, or whatever in order to sue, because they're a violation of your right. So where does this go from here? So the state Supreme Court said that, yes, these people have standing. They don't have to be charged to sue for a violation of their constitutional rights. So now, FOAC, which is Firearms Owners Against Crime, in Pennsylvania, headed up by Kim Stolfer, and the case is now going to be remanded to a lower court where the underlying merits should be determined. So how long that'll take? I don't know. It's not going to happen today. A lower court has to take that case back up now that the state Supreme Court said that they have standing. Now they have to hear the case. Now, I'll give you a couple quick quotes. One from Kim Stolfer. He said, "No citizen should face prosecution for exercising a constitutional right And that's essentially what Harrisburg wanted us to go through to be qualified in this action to take on their illegal ordinances. Now, the flip side of that coin is the mayor of Harrisburg. His name is Eric Papenfuss. Papenfusse? Papenfusse? I don't know. Papenfuse. I think if you jumble those letters, it spells anti-gun clown. But what he said was, first, he called the decision a dangerous precedent that you shouldn't have to be charged when your rights are getting violated. Makes no sense. But he said, we absolutely plan to defend our ordinances with all of our might. Tough guy. I think the ruling was good news for lawyers and the gun lobby, but terrible news for both the residents of Harrisburg and the residents of the Commonwealth. So, yeah, it's good if people really want their rights, but for those of us who want to restrain you and take your rights from you, it's a bad decision. Clown. I'm also going to give you two quotes from two of the judges in this case. Justice David Wecht, W-E-C-H-T, could be butchering that as well. He wrote in a concurring statement, stated that the standing has evolved to permit pre-enforcement review of governmental enactments. We do not require plaintiffs to violate laws or regulations and subject themselves to sanctions for engaging in protected conduct as the price of admission to the courthouse. Meaning, you don't have to be arrested with, say for freedom of speech before you can sue for a violation of your free speech. Now, in the dissent, that's the flip side. That's the judge who doesn't like this decision, wants to keep these laws the way they are. Justice Max Baer said the plaintiffs have not claimed they engaged in conduct prohibited by a law or that they intend to. Accordingly, I would hold that they have failed to establish a substantial, direct, and immediate interest sufficient to afford them standing. That judge is a fool. Now, these laws have been on the books for a while. Like I told you, the lawsuit's about 5+ years old, but the laws in question have been on the books since 1821, 1905, 1951, and the lost stolen gun 2-day reporting thing, that was something that they put in 2009. So this is a good decision. Moving forward, the case will be decided now that the people suing the city of Harrisburg have standing. So my expectation is these laws and ordinances will be found to be in violation of Pennsylvania's preemption laws and thus be stricken. However, we'll have to wait and see. So if you want to stay in the know, subscribe to Guns and Gadgets. I look forward to having you join this growing freedom family. Our voice is stronger with you in it, and you can help out by liking the video, hit that thumbs up button, and share this with like-minded folks. Until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, carry your gun, and keep yourself, your family, and your community safe. Have a good one, everybody.